Hey up, how you doing? You're right. I'm just mashing in. This is the specialist grains and my water additions. I've got some Marisotto in there. Just let me finish this off and I'll be straight with you, all right? We're mashed in. For some reason that mic's not working, so excuse the quality. I will look into that, but I ain't got time at the minute. So it is a brew day and I am needing to get some brews on. I'm really behind since my holiday. So what do I do when I need to get my finger out and get some brews on? Of course I go to Kveik. Kveik. Let me get my book. Let's have a look what we're doing. So I've decided today to brew a Kveik Rye IPA. I love a good rye IPA. I love it. So we've got 4.5 kgs of Marisotto, 250 grams of crystal, 250 grams of rye. I was mashing in. Do you see me mashing in and go, oh, this? I forgot I was working with rye. I thought, this is a bit stodgy. What's going on here? It's not normally like this. Nearly forgot the rye soles. That was sticky. Rye is just a sticky. Even 250 grams. That was super. So I knew that was a different mash. I just knew mashing it in. Hops, we've got 50 grams of carapils. Hops are 30 grams of North Down at the start of a 40-minute boil. 20 grams of Cashmere, 20 grams of Idaho 7 and 20 grams of Ariana last 10 minutes. We're going to dry hop 38 grams of Cashmere, 25 grams of Ariana and 25 grams of Idaho 7. At 40, so we're going to pressure ferment. We're going to use the hop bung to dry hop. We're going to dry hop at 14 degrees C for 4 days probably. And we use the old Kveik ale yeast from Crossmaloof, number uno. That should, at 15 psi, get its finger out, and I think I'm going to brew tomorrow as well. Yes, I wasn't going to do much filming today because I've just got stuff to do. I mean, I wanted that hedge there. It goes all the way that way. I wanted that cutting today. But my hedge cutter's electric. It's the end of June, and guess what it's doing? Guess what it's doing, ladies and gentlemen? It's been raining, and it talks of rain, so I'm not getting electric cables out there. I'm brewing. I'd like to have brewed outside today, but we're brewing in here. We'll have a fan on, just because it's grey, it's dark, it's wet, it's horrible, it's so unpredictable. I've got a couple of other things to say. The electric went off in the kitchen last night when we were doing Sunday lunch. I'm like, what's going on here? I went to the isolator, the RCD, whatever it's called. I'm not an electrician, and the oven bit was off. Flicked it back on, everything came back on. Turned the oven on, everything lit up like it was supposed to. Light was on in the oven, clock was on, lovely job. And but then it didn't get hot. So, hello Molly, how are you? You come and say hello. No, he's here, he's off. Yeah, it never got hot. Now, this happened to me before once. I went out to buy a new oven, and it happened that the big superstore that sells ovens and other electrical goods didn't have a single oven in I wanted. I probably picked about 7 or 8 or 9. And they didn't have a single one in stock. And I was like, this is ridiculous. I might as well have. I wanted to put it in the boot of my car and fit it that day because I needed an oven. I could have got it offline, couldn't I? You know, support local. And I know local's local, but it's a big chain. But do you know what I mean? They didn't have anything in stock. It's a massive, great big store. So I was like, ah. So I went on a YouTube and Googled it. And they said it's more likely the Element. So I went on an online store, and it was $7.95 for an original Indesit Element. I watched a couple of YouTubes on how to fit it. It took me like 5 minutes, and it fixed it. So my first port of call is the old Element in the oven. Don't just chuck your oven away if it goes pop, especially if it goes pop and does your breaker, because that means it's more likely to be the Element. And you only have like 4 screws, and then 3 screws. And it unplugs, plug it back in, 3 screws, 4 screws, cover. It's just behind the fan on mine, at the back, really easy to get to, and like £7 something fixed for the original part. I was going to buy a whole new oven, so I'm just waiting for that to come. I'm going to get on with that. Like I say, I've got a few things going on today, so I don't know how much footage I will get. I've got a couple of days where I'm free, and I've not got anything planned till like, from Martha going to school till like 4:20. So I thought, do you know what? I've got a brew I want to pressure ferment, and I've got a brew I want to do in a bucket, which is a bit risky. Not doing it in a bucket, what I'm brewing is a bit risky. Anyway, that'll be a separate video. I'll bring that to you. I might have brought it to you. I'm also waiting for some packages. It's my birthday next weekend, so I've got some lovely brewing related packages coming my way, which I will be bringing to you. Although, to be fair, I'm going to do a grain to glass on this. I've probably brought to you. You've probably seen them. So, but at the minute, in the past, I'm very excited. Very, very excited indeed. So, yes, let that mash in. I'm going to start warming up my sparge water. Do you know what? This weather, it ain't getting me down. It's not going to get me down. Back to back, double brew. If I could brew twice in one day, I would do. But I just haven't got enough time. I'd love to get it both done today and then just have a chill day tomorrow or something else. But that'll probably be pushing it, won't it? I got my Proto Flock out. So when I'm doing this video, I've just released my Brew Bros Ghost Ship, which I forgot to put the Proto Flock in, and it wasn't clear. So I'm putting that somewhere. I might stick it to my forehead, so I can't forget it. I'm looking forward to this. I love a rye beer. I've done a rye beer. Well, that was messy, trying to get that doughed in. Oh, learnt my lesson there. But I love a rye IPA and I love a Kveik. So, and I'm chucking a few hops at this. I've got the reason for the hops are really because I've got some packets left in the freezer that I need to use up. So I've looked at the Alvarez's and stuff like that, but I haven't put it in anything at the minute. It's just using bits up. Like I need to get some used up. So that's the reasoning behind that. They go together, I hope. I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to it. Might as well get on, Anna, and prep my fermenter. See how much I get. I probably won't get much footage. I'll probably come back. Hopefully, if everything goes well, with a beer in my hand. Cheers. So it's kegging day, or it's been kegging day, for the Kveik Rye IPA. And there we are. That clarity is not awful, is it? Yeah. So, we are coming in at 1.009. That's what we're at. Have a look at the numbers. The OG was 1.050. The final gravity was 1.009, which gives it an ABV of 5.4%. Now we dry hop this, didn't we, with the hop bong. With close transfer. I do like a bit of rye, I really do. And I like a bit of Kveik. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's quite nice. Bitterness on that. I've been upping the bitterness a bit. Just because I've been doing no bittering, no early editions ever. Anyway, is that bitter? That should get a tap tonight. So we'll give that a day or two. False carbed it a bit. We'll let it settle into the keg, into the kegerator. Give it a few days and then we will come back to this and see what she's like. Cheers. The Kveik Rye IPA is drinking. It's been drinking, to be fair, a little while. I know I said at the end of the last bit of the video, I'll come back in about a week. I've got to be honest, I've been busy, I've been working. I've had a few of these, I've got to be honest. But there she is in the glass. Just opened the brewery doors because it's boilio, absolutely boilio. I've got a bit of a dab on. Have you heard that saying? I've got a bit of a dab on. And I'm ready for a cheeky little drink. Kegged a beer today, so it's always lovely, isn't it, to get that done. Martha came back from her school trip. She's been away for 4 days, 3 nights. Great to have her back. You know, I'm a right monster softie. It's been really weird without her. Anyway, this is a beer review, innit? So there she is in the glass. That is a lovely colour. As you saw in the video, I nearly missed the old ricels out. Didn't I? Now the head on that, those carapils, I'm going to start using some carapils in just anything I brew, I think, because it is working an absolute beaut, that is. I mean, I used to have it in stock and then I used it, I didn't buy any more. I need to be using carapils. Lovely. It's got a lovely aroma, a fruity, malty, yeah, fruity and malty. And like, oh, it smells delicious and divine. Oh my goodness. We got a bit of an haze to it. It was actually clearer in that trial jar, but we're set at 4.5 degrees at the minute because it is 1,000,001 degrees. 1,000,000 degrees doesn't even say it's got to be that 1 degree over. It's 1,000,001 degrees at the minute. When I'm ginger, we know this, don't we? But should we get in and have a slurp, as Mr. Slurpy Dave would say, of a lovely cold brew? So before we talk about the beer, back to the saga of the oven. When we talked about that, I was trying to roast some coconut for a coconut stout, and the oven broke, so it didn't get done. I got the part, and I didn't fix it this time, and I went, do you know what, I can't be bothered to go any further, so I ordered a new one. So I've got a new oven. It's very sparkly. To be fair, the other one needed cleaning. And we get someone in to clean it, and it's like 78 quid in it to do that. The other one was a few years old. Anyway, we bought a new oven. The saga of the oven, we have a new oven. It's got pop-out buttons, and it's really cool. Anyway. You might see that on a video in the kitchen one day. So this has got a lovely bitterness all the way through. I've upped the bitterness a bit on this, but like I said in the other bit of the video, I haven't particularly been having bittered beers very much, and this is lovely. It's got that lovely bittering on your tongue all the way through, nice and steady. I think I'm breaking myself in easy. It's got that Kveik orange. I don't know about you guys, but I always get a lovely orange from Kveik generally. Voss. The number one, is it Voss from Crossmaloof? A lovely orange, beautiful orangeness from it. But obviously we've got some of them in the hops as well, haven't we? Pardon me, we've got some carbonation, even if you can't see it very well. There you go. So we've got that super sexy, lovely rye, combining with that beautiful Kveik orangeness. We've got those hops together are bringing me some stone fruits with some melon, some zesty, lovely tangerine in there as well. It's a little bit resinous-y, oaky resinous-y. Another dab on, look there. But it's like a light to medium mouthfeel. Rye, when I brew with rye, I always feel that it has a bit about it. It gives it a bit of a mouthfeel. I say that bitterness, and there's some resin, and there's some spiciness, and there's some orange, and there's some tangerine, and there's some loveliness. It's beautiful, 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 beautiful. I am so pleased with this. Yeah, it's just lovely. I don't know whether it's this video or another video, I'll talk about this. I was having some mic problems. I bought a new mic, I've got a lapel mic, a new one. It's lovely, but it wasn't working. I'd gone out for 30 days sending it back, so they gave me a bit of a discount, but I got fluff in my iPhone. Socket, port, I've never had that before. What's that all about? I've got like a plastic pick and pick a load, and everything works again now. Because it stopped, I always put it on a charger. I don't know if I've talked about this in a different video. I would normally put it on a charger, so I don't plug the end in. Maybe that's why it's happening, because I would normally always plug something in, my old phones. This one's got a chargy where you sit on it, you know what I mean? So I'm probably not using the port hardly ever, apart from when I do videos and plug various microphones that I've got into it. So yeah, I didn't think the mic was working, so I've been using this mic on here that you can't see down there, that's on my tripod all the time, and it just probably hasn't been working properly. And then when I tried my new lapel mic, that wasn't working. I thought it was faulty, but it wasn't. It was my phone, naughty boy. Anyway, we are live with that now. We're going to be doing some lapel-y. It rubs a bit sometimes. I don't know. Anyway, I've had a lapel mic tomorrow, but it's wired to a thing I put in my pocket. And then anyway, we're going to give it a go. We're going to see what she's like. The Kveik Rye IPA, I was in a rush for a beer. Well, I've been on holiday, I haven't got much, I'm still behind. Today I kegged a Tropical England Pale. Oh, And I haven't got anything in the fermenters now, so I need to get my finger out, because these beers down here, they're over. 2 of them are halfway through a keg at least. So I need to get going. I need to get brewing. But I've just started my holidays. But by the time this comes out, I'll have had my holidays and I'll be all grumpy again. It's going down an absolute treat, that is. It's lovely. I love rye. It's just getting the right amount of rye, isn't it? You just need not enough. You're like, leaves you waiting and wanting a bit more, doesn't it? Too much. Actually, I don't know about too much. I've never used too much. I did a rye beer. How much rye did I put in that? I can't remember. I'll put it here. I'll have a look and I'll put it here. How much rye malt I used. Because, and I loved it. I loved it. But I think this has just about hit the perfect note for me, for my taste, for my enjoyment. The hops are just right. The rye's just right. The mouth feels just right. The head's lovely. The carbonation's maybe a little bit light, but it's making me burp. Depends what you want, doesn't it? It's personal preference. I am more than chuffed with this, I'll tell you. More than chuffed with this. Yeah, I mean, predominantly that orange. There's a lot of orange going on because there's the orange from the Kveik yeast. I think there's some zesty, orangey, tangerine coming from that Idaho 7. Everything's loving each other in here. The hops, the yeast and the malt, to be fair, are in a big old massive group hug, I feel. And they're living absolutely happily together in that keg, getting on really well. Absolutely having the time of their lives. As am I. Nearly gone. We'll leave that here. Super chuffed. Very happy brewer again. Appreciate you all watching. I really do. Thank you very much. Yes.
Like, subscribe and hit the bell.